I tell you, Crystal Palace chairman Steve Parish flew overnight from the USA. He was talking to the Palace investors out in America, and he has come straight to the studios of talkSPORT from the airport. Thrilled that he's joining us in the next few minutes. Tony Cascarino's just nipping out to pay for the cab. Steve Parish is next on Jim White on talkSPORT. Now, this is Jim White. I'm with Tony Cascarino and Didi Hamann this morning, and we are about to be joined by the Crystal Palace chairman, Steve Parish, who sat, no doubt, in first class overnight in a flight from the USA and is joining us in studio in just a second. Coming up from 1 o'clock, Paul Hawksby and Andy Jacobs. They'll be joined in studio by the former England batsman James Taylor. And this is Jim White on talkSPORT. What an interesting morning we've had already. Gareth Southgate on the under-21, 6-1 winners last night in Colchester. And Mark Warburton looking ahead to the Old Firm. I'm in studio with Tony Cascarino and Didi Hamann. And this man has just arrived, straight hot foot from Heathrow, flew overnight from the USA, and is eating, as far as I can see down there, it looks like a bacon roll, but I can't confirm
ham
that.
Ham and cheese sandwich.
It is Steve Parish eating a ham and cheese sandwich, the Crystal Palace chairman, who has come hot foot from the airport. I'm so pleased to see you, my friend. Thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
This morning on talkSPORT. Great to see you, Steve. So how's it been? Post-deadline day, and you guys were busy. You were out in the US, and I think you were meeting the Palace investors after the transfer window, amongst other things. How did that go?
Good, yeah. I mean, it was nice to get the window over. Very stressful this summer, I think, for everybody involved in it. Really stressful, a little bit different. So it was nice to see the back of it, to be honest, and start making some plans for the next one.
What made it so stressful?
Well, I think I've said, I think you had a few things. You had, obviously, the new TV money. I think the fear of relegation grows every year as that money gets bigger in the Premier League. I think you've got new owners, some Chinese money coming into the game as well. I mean, even some of the spending of the relegated clubs was enormous, really. And you can see, again, the fear of relegation. And then I think the other leagues, I mean, there's one price for everybody else and there's one price for a Premier League club.
Definitely, yeah.
And it's difficult to get people out.
On the transfer window, Steve, if you take the club back, 5 years ago, 6 ago, would you have ever imagined that you'd have spent 30 plus million for Christian Benteke from where you were?
No chance, no. I think the transfer record up to getting in the Premier League was 400 grand for Joel Ward. I think that was... I thought we'd gone mad when we did that.
Now you've got to pay that a week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is madness, really.